Robin #1. There are very few artists that turn me off of a comic book as easily as Riley Rossmo. He's the artist for this book. You can see by the cover, it's not great art. You can see by the art that it's actually really not great art. It's not even good art. It's not even bad art. It's awful. Pure awful. It's hard to understand why they felt they needed to use Riley Rossmo for this book. I mean, just look at this, okay? This is Brian Bolland on the very first run of Tim Drake's Robin. And he was the first Robin to have a story, so when you do another one, why not at least strive for the same kind of quality? But unfortunately, we don't get it in the art, and we definitely don't get it in the story. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm going to not like this book based on Riley Rossmo art. It's horrible. It hurts my eyes. It's so freaking bad. But, and I'm not going to talk too much on the changing Tim Drake gay after 30 freaking years of being a straight guy after destroying one of DC's good teenage romances for nothing. There's no reason. There's no reason of this. But even get past that, and this is a horrible book. It's a horrible book because, oh my gosh, we have seen this all before. In this scene right here, oh my gosh, I love my boyfriend. Can we stop letting gay people write gay characters? Can we stop letting women write women characters? It's just horrible when they do, because they only write them as gay or women. There's no depth to these characters. There's no character of Tim Drake in this. It's only, I love my boyfriend. And then we get the quirky side characters, which, yes, we've been through this story before. We've seen this story before so many goddamn times. I swear to gosh, there is a paint-by-numbers comic book or a writer's course, so to speak, where you just go through, okay, he's got to have quirky neighbors. He can't have any normal neighbors because we need to do something with them. So he meets this girl, and it's part of the We Are Robin thing, which also, by the way, can we stop it with a multiple of every character, because you're diluting them. You're making sure that, not diluting, and you're making sure that they do not mean anything. And this Robin doesn't. This Tim Drake doesn't. So it apparently the crime is done. He's got to he's trying to solve it to get out of Batman's shadow, which I'm thinking, yeah, wait a second. Weren't you already out of Batman's shadow and you were Red Robin? You were your own hero? Why is he Robin again, by the way? Why isn't he Red Robin? The whole premise of this book is bad. I'm sorry, but they've destroyed the character of Tim Drake. They've devolved him, and that's what's worse. So anyway, he meets up with this girl. She's part of the We Are Robin thing, and they're going after it's like a spectral kind of thing. It's a creature of light, and they realize, wait a second, we faced this thing down before, and he's got to solve it because he wants to go out on dates with his boyfriend, and he wants to prove he's his own man outside of Batman again. Like, I'm sorry, guys, if you can't do your research to read at least, I don't know, 10 years ago, hey, look, there was a Red Robin where he was his own man. Oh, no, that doesn't matter. We got to tell the same story over again, and we got to use the worst art possible for it. This is a horrible, horrible comic book. I can't recommend. I recommend you just definitely, if you accidentally bought one and you haven't read it yet, burn it. Burn it. I'm serious. Don't read it. You'll do yourself a disservice. This comic book, I don't know. This comic book is the freaking monkeypox of freaking comic. This is horrible. This goddamn book is so freaking bad. I'm sorry, guys. There you go. That's my feelings on the book. Horrible art, but thankfully it's backed up by horrible writing. I could probably get, I don't know, maybe I could go through one of these, read the dialogue, the whole 9 yards, and make another video on it or something like this. As for now, you get a simple review. What did I think of it? I hated the art, hated the story. I hate the butchering of the character. I wish it stopped. You have to have, they actually have attached this, by the way, to the what was that? The gay book, the Pride book that was out in June. Not necessary to read, but if you did read it, you'll get a little bit extra on these little light creatures and everything. Maybe that'll carry you through. If you're a fan, congratulations. Your money was more well spent than mine was, but at least I got a video out of it. I guess I could say that much. Anyway, that's enough for this review. Let's move on to the next one. X-Men Legends. Okay, I gotta admit, I don't read a lot of Marvel because, well, it's Marvel and it's been bad, right? That's the rule. DC good, Marvel bad. So what's been going on where DC has been crapping the bed and Marvel has finally wisened up and started making comic books for the old audience, and this is one of them. Now, granted, what they're doing is kind of a cheat, but I'm okay with it because it's good storytelling. In this case, it's X-Men Legends, and they're going back to where Wolverine first fought the Hulk, and they're kind of telling stories within the pages, you know, between the pages, so to speak. And in this case, you have Wolverine after he goes against the Hulk, a little bit more expanded. He is assigned another mission with a partner. I forget his name, sorry. He's a diamond guy. And I got to tell you, they really did capture Wolverine of that era. One little secret a lot of people don't know is Wolverine was not a very well-liked character for the way he was written. He was written just obnoxiously, really, really bad. And it wasn't until, of course, later when Chris Claremont got a hold of him and changed him a bit that people started liking him. And here, he's a jerk. He's a complete jackass. He meets his new partner and immediately just wants to kill him. I mean, like, it's like, no, I don't have a partner. I'm going to kill you now. At one point, it's like, I'm going to stab you in the guts, even though we're supposed to be on a mission together. I kind of like this. It's storytelling for old-timers like myself. If you can find it, get it. I know it's up to issue 3, but here's issue number 1. Okay, flat out, wow. Just wow. Wow. It's Black Adam. Justice Society Atom Smasher. Wow, they're trying to sell this off the freaking movie. But that's not why I'm wowing. In all honesty, I'm doing this because this is the kind of one-shot that in the past would have gotten this character his own series. This is just pure adventure fun. This is what you want comics for, in all honesty. We were introduced to Atom Smasher. He's talking to his dad and all, and he's trying to say, okay, I'm going to do you proud, all that kind of stuff. Decides he's going to go out on the prowl and all that kind of thing. And definitely not dressed for the part, as we see later, as he ends up kind of buck naked. But it's just pure fun, kids. This is it's the adventure comics that we grew up reading, or at least I grew up reading. People my age did. Nowadays, they bury these kind of things for slice of lives. You get one punch. This is a giant man taking on the freaking mob, not a whole bunch of super powered villains or anything like this, and he's having troubles doing it. This is a one punch, and then in Marvel, they'd one punch him and then go have coffee, and they'd be sitting around talking about their feelings. This is action. This is adventure. This is dialogue. This is everything you want, and it's decent art as well. I had a lot of fun with this, and I really got to say I'm kind of sad because I know for as much as I enjoyed this will not get its own series. We will not get an Atom Smasher series, and that's kind of sad because I think based on this book, he deserves one. Ant-Man #1 by Tom Riley and Al Ewing. Al Ewing on the writing. Let me tell you something. This once again, another book where they're hunting for people my age. And that's great. Marvel, keep doing it, please. Go for the character or go for the audience you think is out there for you, but don't lose us, and you're not with these throwbacks to the Silver Age, throwbacks to the 1960s, 70s, 80s comics. And this is pure Silver Age right here. You could tell Al Ewing was having a great time. Right here, it's Ant-Man basically humiliating a kid who threw popcorn at him. And, of course, he is kidnapped by a whole bunch of characters from stories you probably never heard of. So Al Ewing did his homework. Al Ewing looked up some Ant-Man stories and said, let me get the most ridiculous villains this guy's ever faced. We're not seeing Egghead here. We're seeing a guy who was a window washer and has a paralyzing formula in his window washer bottle. We're seeing a guy who plays a trumpet and causes psychedelic visions. This book is 100% pure fun. I'm glad I picked it up. I'm an Ant-Man fan anyway. It was inevitable, but damn how lucky it was. If you're not picking this up, do yourself a favor and do so. And as always with these videos, I kind of like to rank them at the end, and I guess you probably understand which one's going to be worst, but I do rank them from worst to best, and here we go. Obviously, the book that's going to be the worst is the one with the Riley Rossmo art. I don't care what it is. This time it's Robin #1, which just so happens to have incredibly bad writing to go along with it. avoid this like the freaking plague. And to be honest, there is no next worst. I liked all 3 of the books that followed this one. So if I am to pick a next one, it would have to be Ant-Man #1. Loved it, but you know, I'm ranking these. So the reason why is because there is a bit of a nonsensical storybook surrounding, what do you call those? It's a surround story that goes from into the main story that we read. So that kind of knocks it down a peg. But let me tell you something, this book is freaking awesome. Next, I would have to go with X-Men Legends. It's a great book, don't get me wrong, but look, Wolverine was an annoying character back there, and they really captured Wolverine of the past, so he's a bit annoying now too. A lot of fun, this book. Not gonna back off on that opinion, but if you're reading an annoying character, that might actually make you feel a little bit annoyed. So my #1 book of the video is Black Adam, Justice Society, Atom Smasher. Can we just call it Atom Smasher? It is thoroughly entertaining. It's definitely deserving of his own series, which of course will be on the shelf for 6 issues. Nobody would buy it because they only buy Batman, and it would disappear. But gosh darn it, for those 6 issues, those of us who are in the know would get a good damn story. Well, there you go, gang. That's my opinion. Help out the channel with the algorithms and let me know yours in the comments below. Don't forget to do all the clicking of likings and sharings and all that kind of stuff. That'll help the channel as well. If you don't mind helping out the channel financially, in the description there's a link to Ko-Fi. I'd like to thank everybody who's already done that. To everyone, all of the true believers, thank you very, very much for watching. Don't forget to click on the video that's popping up around here.